Welcome to a journey into WarpedSpace, where I give an update on the progress of the game and what I'm currently working on. To start with, I'm just going to go over what WarpedSpace is. WarpedSpace is the dream of what it could be like if you were lost in deep space. And of course, we also need a mystery to solve. It is a single-player space sci-fi survival game that may have MMO elements. Much of the foundation work is finished, and I am now fleshing out the WarpedSpace world. On the technical side, WarpedSpace currently has background simulation. This simulates spacecraft that you may encounter. They can be scanned down while in your ship or organically run into as you travel around space. They can be destroyed, disabled, and even followed back through space to their base of operation. Whichever way you decide to interact with an NPC, your choices will have an effect on the world around you, disrupting whatever tasks they were busy with. Are they alien, human, or AI? Now that would be telling. To be clear, the game is evolving in the background whether you participate or not. After you wake up in WarpedSpace, how do you survive? Chopping down space trees? Maybe. As you explore, you will find different plant life you can consume and bring back to your hab to grow. Exploring is one of the cornerstones of WarpedSpace, as I constantly add to the types of points of interest you can discover. Some of these POIs are handcrafted, some procedurally generated, most are a mix of both. From gas clouds, asteroid belts, outposts, asteroid bases, and even planet fragments that contain plant life, caves, and creatures. Providing a diverse array of places in space and on foot to visit and explore. While you traverse these strange new worlds, you will find different consumables, items of interest, on land or floating in space, and even find space debris to salvage. Any hostile ships you disable during battle and don't completely destroy are salvageable. If you manage to find a whole ship intact, you may want to hop in and take it for a spin. FPS weapons, ship upgrades, and other modules are lootable from hostile outposts and strongholds and other points of interest. So back to the present. Last month I worked on updating the ship's scanner that allows you to hunt down other ships or find new points of interest to explore. Numerous interactable items were also added. Namely, security panels that, for example, when activated can open doors and lower shields. Secondly, lootable storage containers were added. These can be found while exploring. Habitat storage was also added that can be crafted and used to store all materials and modules you find on your travels. Then shield generator modules were added. These may be found protecting NPC strongholds. If successful, you can even acquire one and place a shield generator or two at your base. A new habitat component was added. This module allows your ship to auto-dock with your habitat. With your ship docked, it is protected from the outside elements that may attack while you are away from your ship. More collectibles were added, thanks to Rainbow Wrangler, for the art now findable around the WarpedSpace galaxy. Groundwork was done on abstract multiplayer elements, like time capsules that other players can find. And the possibility of quantum messaging, where you can space email friends who are also playing the game. Audio events were updated, featuring the talented voices of Meyer and Rainbow Wrangler, bringing life to the characters during space combat. Play testing by Deadly's World proved once again that players will always find bugs that the developer missed. Currently, I'm updating ship damage states to let the player know visually and audibly that it might be time to finish the fight or run.
Shields low.
I've also started working on updating visual by creating new 3D models and textures which replace the placeholder and temporary assets as I work towards a more correct representation of what the game will look like. These are not final and will obviously evolve over time. Next time I'll cover some of the other aspects I have not even mentioned yet. For example, habitation building, crafting, ship upgrades, and at some point the story and lore behind WarpedSpace. Hope you enjoyed a deeper look into what WarpedSpace is and how it's evolving. Remember to comment below on any question you have about the game. Till next time, when we meet again in WarpedSpace.